soda dealers, Katie Winge, Bill Hanslick, and Chris Dempsey getting into this Nuggets win. Okay, where do we want to start with this one? What impressed you the most?
Well, you got to talk about Jamal. I mean, that guy was here's a guy who's been sick for things. He had a nice start, and then it looked like he ran out of a little gas. But second half, spectacular. Fourth quarter, how about this? 12 points in the fourth quarter. 3 of 3 from the floor, 2 of 2 from the three-point line, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, and mix in 2 assists. And it was the big shots. The one that they're down 4 and they got to get a score, and he hits a 3, cuts it to 1 with about 4 minutes. And then the one where the ball's flying around, they got to just shoot, and he floater from 15, boom.
Do you want to just wait until we get to the highlights, or do you want to describe them all?
No, I like them. No, he must have had some beignets prior to the game. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, or just some sleep because he wasn't.
He had a lot of energy. I think for me, it was the ability to take a really good punch from a New Orleans team that has a bad record, but they have capable players, and that team didn't roll over for you tonight. And, you know, they came out. Zion played. He was fine. Jordan Poole made shots from, obviously, Trey Murphy made a ton of shots for that basketball team, and they just weren't about to let the Nuggets roll in and beat them in their house. And so what you had to do was get that game sorted out. You know, and from a defensive standpoint, they started to do that in the second half. And that faded into the fourth quarter, where Jamal obviously was great, and so were a lot of other players. But I just think in this time, these teams are not going to just they don't care what your situation is. They are going to try to win a basketball game, and so it's your job to put them away. And the Nuggets were able to do that.
Another professional win from this Denver
Another
Nuggets
professional
team.
win.
Another road win.
Okay, now we're going to talk about both Jamal Murray and Peyton Watson. 66 combined points in this game, 14 combined assists. They combined to shoot 63% from the field. These two, they shined when the Nuggets needed them most. We can start with Jamal Murray. Do you want to talk over the highlights? You want to talk over the highlights?
No, repeat everything you just said.
Now they're going to see it. They were going to see what you were just talking about.
Whap. A lot of weapons.
There are your stats, too.
Here
Fourth
we go.
quarter, 12 points,
That's
3
it.
of 3 from the
Here
field,
goes Jamal
2
again.
of 2 from the three-point line.
Come on. He'll take the whole team. That one. God, he had a couple of these
Unbelievable makes.
They were switching everything and didn't really make any difference in the second half. It was on. That was the one. Shot clock down. They had to just basically get it off the rim.
Yeah.
But he made it.
I think he's got one of the most lethal step backs also in the NBA. Like, legit. Like his step back is pretty automatic. I think for him, it was just great to see him back on court. You know, he spent a couple of days under the weather, probably more than a couple of days, but we haven't seen him for a couple of games. And so the good thing, is you know, it's an illness that you can get through. It's not like an injury that is going to stick with him for a long time. But he came back with some bounce, and he came back with some fire, and he came back just with some energy. And I think the Nuggets really did need that. He started right off the top, getting straight to the rim, and you just knew. I'm like, okay, the safety blanket is here. We're good. We're good.
Yes, you could feel that within that Denver Nuggets team. Peyton Watson has been so steady the last couple weeks in terms of what he's been able to put on the floor. Defensively, offensively, the scoring. What did you, Demp, see from Peyton Watson in this game?
You know, okay, at the risk of he looks like one of the best offensive players in the league is what he looks like. Like, look where he's scoring from. Everywhere is the answer to that question. Spin move to the layup, three-point shot. Oh, yeah, I still play defense as well. This is what Peyton Watson has done. Look, I'll drive a closeout spin. I'll give you that little midi right there. It just is. He's in his bag.
Is this a judgment-free zone? Can I speak freely?
Yeah.
Without being criticized?
What?
Because he's very close with Kevin Durant.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see any Kevin Durant resemblance in that highlight package?
Hey, the spin move to the middies, yes. That's a KD. That's a KD thing.
The vintage KD moves.
I mean, listen, if he's smart, he's taking some stuff from KD. There's no doubt about it.
I appreciate you being nice to me right now.
The last time he was in New Orleans.
We're not saying he's KD. We're saying, but
no,
we're saying,
absolutely not. I'm not saying that. But you saying he's one of the best scorers in the league. I'm like, well, that's
what he's looking like.
He's got the length that KD has. He's able to use that to his advantage offensively, and he's flowing.
KD in hands, he's finishing at the rim. He's doing.
You know what's interesting to me about his game tonight? Last time,
I'm so excited.
Yeah, the last time in New Orleans, he made like every 3-point, had his career high, made, I don't know, 7 out of 8 or something.
Yeah.
Tonight, 1 out of 4 from the 3-point line, nothing. but his game going to the hoop, the mid-range floaters, he made 11 out of 16 shots, and then he made the free throws when you had to at the end.
Yeah.
That's an all-star caliber play.
Watching Peyton Watson grow into the player that he is right now has been so much fun. And we talked about it a little bit at the beginning, but what happens when this Denver Nuggets team gets healthy? I mean, what a weapon to have coming off the bench. All right, we're going to take our first second.
And then I thought we just did enough in that half. You know, Peyton and Jamal got us to 60 points in the half, and it wasn't a great defensive effort. I thought our activity was very limited. But when you stay in the game, I thought the second half, the activity really picked up, you know, with our hands, and obviously they killed us on the glass. And let's just be honest, I'm playing some really small lineups, and they were trying to block out Misi, Zion. I mean, these are some big human beings. So we just had to scrap, you know, and I think if you look at it, 15 offensive rebounds, but they were 7 for 16 in those opportunities. So it means that you're fighting after the fact and you're doing your best. So the stat that just keeps, you know, it's just been so apparent as of late, only 7 turnovers for 4 points. That's been the key for us. Getting shots up to the rim obviously gives you a chance to make them, but more importantly, to get back and try your best to guard. In the second half, our activity was tremendous, and Aaron did a really good job walling up at the rim, you know, with that small ball lineup.
Scott mentioned in the broadcast that pass Jamal had to AG in the final seconds was fantastic. What is it about your team now in clutch time? You've won 5 of your last 6 clutch games.
Yeah, I think it's allowing your offense to be creative, but your defense is what keeps you in it. You know, you get the stops late, and now they have to scramble. You know, when you have an advantage in the score and they're bringing 2 people on the ball, it's going to lead to good things. I actually thought the play that I was so impressed by, we didn't make the shot, but we got people involved in Jamal's pick and rolls, and Jalen Pickett comes up and sets it, finds the pocket, you know, rolls and finds Peyton Watson for a wide open 3. That's just how we have to play. And that's when we're fully healthy and when we're not. We're not right now, but guys are trying to do the right things for each other. And once again, Tim's impact off the bench, you know, plus 12, 18 points. We can run offense through him as well. So it just was a very cool team win, and a night, to your point, where we just could not get a rebound, secure a rebound. But we did enough, taking care of the ball, shot the ball well, and got enough stops at the end.
Because the All-Star game is coming up, and keep talking about Jamal, another feather to say, hey, by the way, don't forget this guy. Too soon to start talking about Tim Hardaway as 6th man of the year?
No. And how about Tim Hardaway with the 3-point competition? You know, I think he deserves it. I think Jamal Murray deserves it. It's just, what Jamal's doing is, look, if there's guys having better years out there, bring it to my attention. He's been incredible, the efficiency. And, you know, I don't want to not mention somebody, because everybody played well tonight, but Jalen Pickett did a huge 3, 4 for 7 from beyond the arc, helped us run our offense, got Jamal off the ball. So just everybody that played, I just thought they impacted the game in some way. But yeah, Tim is the 6th man of the year. It makes a lot of sense with his impact on our team so far, especially with the injuries we've had and what he has done for us in the minutes he's playing. He's not old, but he's not young, and he's playing a lot of minutes. So yeah, just proud of the group.
Can you describe the evolution of Peyton Watson's mid-range game, what we're seeing right now?
Yeah, it's just ultimate confidence. And what I really like about it is I don't see it early in the clock. I think he's being smart about that. You know, he drove and kicked well tonight, had 5 assists. But I think low clock, just like Jamal, you have to have guys that can go make a play. And he's been doing that over the course of these last 5-6 games. So, I don't know, I just told him in there, you know, it's funny, you go through this, and it's easy to remember the Philly game, but to look at this whole thing, we've won 4 out of 5 games with a lot of different lineups against some good teams. I really like this team they have here. A lot of youth that can really play. So just a really quality win going into a really tough back-to-back tomorrow.
How do you think the minutes distribution went for your team tonight, knowing that you're playing Dallas tomorrow? Did you get about the right ratio that you wanted?
I don't know. I mean, you know, Aaron's on a minute restriction. I think we stayed right there. I didn't want to play Jamal 37.5 minutes coming back off sickness. I purposely played him the whole first quarter. I just want to see where his air was, and he said he was fine. So he ends up playing a lot. But I felt like the game demanded it tonight. But the other, you know, the minutes for Aaron was good. Pate's been playing these minutes as of late out of necessity. It's never perfect. You know, you go into the game thinking if the rotation can be this way, that's the healthiest way to get through the game. But sometimes, you know, the game demands something, and demanded Jamal Murray in 35 points, 11 and 19.
Murphy had 22 at half. What do you feel like you guys were able to do just better on him in the second half. Obviously, a big stop by Aaron on him in the last 20 seconds or whatever.
Yeah, and I just thought we were way down the floor and we switched on him in the first half, and that's what he does. He just, he steps into